Hello, everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday Self-Care Edition. How are you? And you, but especially you. Yes, you out there. How are you tonight? How is everything in your world this Sunday night, the first Sunday, August 2nd, 2026, August 2nd. Boom. Let's get all my screens going here. Boom. There goes that. And let's see if we get our other screen up here. See if it clicks in here. Boom and boom. And there we go. There we go. How is everybody doing this Sunday evening? Great to be here with you live on this Sunday, August 2nd. For a quick edition tonight, I think what it's going to be. Is Um, a quick one tonight because the office here, the AC in the office is not working. So it will not be a long show tonight. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Do, 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 do. And so how are you? Let's get started with our opening quote tonight because I am keeping it moving along. Hey, Dodie, how are you? How are things in Texas? Ooh, I like this. I like this. This quote from Babe Ruth. I swing big with everything I've got. I hit big or I miss big. Ooh, you can't hit big if you don't swing big. Hey, Carrie, how are you? How are things in Florida? Yeah, hot. I know what that's like. This office is on the second level, and with the AC not working, it is hot in here. It is hot in here. I got a fan right there, but it is still. I am a climate controlled person. I am a climate controlled person, so I am not a fan of this. Not a fan of this. So, but that is the joys of mechanical things. The joys of mechanical things. So we are in August, which means July is done. July is done. I've been getting some early numbers in from people for July, and a lot of people had a really good July. July, the, you know, it's hard to prognosticate, sometimes. Everything is moving earlier. So is back to school, is back to work, and everything pushing July, things that people would see in August earlier. I don't know, and I don't think so. I do think there's some economic effects with people realizing the great things that resale does. So I think resale is continuing to have an opportunity in a moment here, especially some of the stores that had just out of the park, 20, 30, 40% up in July. Is those stores are really, winning with the consumer adaptation. That is an economic effect of things coming sooner. The 10 to 15% stores that are having that is a great opportunity for what's going on in how people are looking to resale, what is happening with it, but it's also shows what the opportunity is um, when you keep your inventory turning. Oh, that's great, Dodie. I'm so glad that you had a fabulous June and July. And so, the opportunity exists, but you got to have the inventory to support it, and especially the new inventory. And so getting, so one, it's important to look at your numbers more than at tax time. So, and that's a discussion I've been having with stores one-on-one a lot lately. There was one just the other day that I met with that is so excited that now they're getting monthly financial reports and they're looking at them. Okay, and granted, most stores skip right, even when they're looking at a profit and loss statement, they skip right to the bottom line. Did I make money? Did I lose money? Where am I at? And that is a great thing. So you remember, you hire out your weaknesses. So if you don't have the skill, you're not doing the bookkeeping, you don't have time to do the bookkeeping, or that is not your skill set, that's okay. You just hire, but it still needs to get done, because if you don't measure it, you can't improve it. So knowing where your business sits at the end of the month, more than at tax time. And that is how you make positive changes. That is how you make the incremental changes forward in your business. Because even though Babe Ruth here talks about his big swings and his big misses, it really is all the little things where success and profit comes from. So we want to increase that, and it's always the inventory. So the inventory is the biggest part of it, and keeping that turning, because your best sales come from your new inventory. Your best transactions, your best customers, your best everything comes from seeing what is new and what is hot on the floor. So, you know, um, a couple of the numbers, because this is what we were talking about this week, that I spend time with, and make sure that stores are trying to look at on a monthly basis, is the um, your inventory number, your available inventory, your current inventory of consigned and retail items. So if you sell a portion of new items, I watch both those numbers, because you tend to forget about, oh, I should order more earrings, or I should order more candles, or I should order some more of something, and that falls off your radar. So that's one item. I look at what you owe. What do you owe your consigners and suppliers? Because that is a fluctuating number. It fluctuates some, but knowing what that number is matters. Okay, and looking at your P&L there obviously matters, and reconciling that. But a great bookkeeper can help with that. It doesn't have to be you. Um, but processing that inventory, getting it processed, getting it to the floor, has is the greatest indicator of future sales. I can draw lines. I can get out my charts and draw lines from the inventory you receive today to what your sales will be over the next 2 weeks, what that'll contribute to sales over the next month and the next 45 days. So, I mean, it really does draw a straight line. And the stores that are really hitting it are doing it with fresh inventory that they're getting out and getting priced. So, and it's not the big fancy stuff that's driving it. Even when they have something big and fancy, whether that be a big fancy furniture set, or be a fancy purse or shoes or whatever that might be, it is with the everyday stuff, the stuff that somebody doesn't have to think about, the stuff that nobody pauses before they buy, the everyday thing, the shirt with pink flamingos on it, the things that you just want to say yes to, is what drives store sales and repeat sales, because we want to keep those customers coming back, wishing for what's new, because they don't want to miss out. And the American consumer is still spending despite all the different headwinds. Gas prices are up, other things. These are headwinds, but they aren't slowing down the American consumer. At some point, that'll have an effect. That could have an effect on the American consumer, but there is no sign of it in the resale marketplace. There's really no sign of it in the overall data that I'm getting from the National Retail Federation on retail sales. There's really no signs of the American consumer. Um, they are they are stretching or foregoing other things. They are not foregoing shopping. They are not foregoing shopping. So they might be buying the store brand of chips instead of Ruffles. They might be buying the store brand of salad dressing. They might be doing some other things. They might be taking a vacation closer to home instead of further away. But the American consumer is still spending and spending well, despite all the other bad economic news. And as we head into this back to school season, which is also back to home and back to uh, work. It's a returning time for work for a lot of people, or returning focus on work. It's a lot of time when women return to the workforce. It is a great time. It is a lighting a firecracker. It is a starting flow to getting things going. So think about that and how it affects your store, but it happens through the inventory. Okay, it's always about the inventory. So you want to keep an eye on that. And if your inventory is not where it is, where you want it, okay, to achieve your sales, the best way to keep a track of it is start tracking it daily. I definitely want you tracking it monthly, what your inventory levels are. And even looking year over year at the same time is a great tool to know how you're doing for established stores. But you can also look at it on a daily basis. And I don't want you to make huge shifts, but it shows your progress. Okay, it shows your progress. So if last month, let's say you priced $1,000 worth of inventory a day, and this month, you've been you aren't where you want to be for your inventory total, but you start doing $1,200 a day, or $1,300 a day in incoming. Those little shifts make a big difference. So keeping an eye on it is a great way, and all the softwares have easy way to look at what you priced today, and a receiving report. It's just not a report that most of you run on any type of regular basis, but it's a great way to look at things. And again, continue. We got 5 months left of this year. Let's make them absolutely fabulous. Let's make them fabulous and actually drive the rest of this year, and drive success, because we're going to get into. I mean, it's almost time. I'm gonna go out there and say it's almost time to be thinking about 2027, and planning 2027's year. We're gonna, and it's interesting. I talk about that because nonprofits that I work with and things tend to be in the budget planning early. If they're on the calendar fiscal year, we'll be talking about it in September and October, finalizing their plans for their store for the following year. And it is a great time to be thinking about it. We still got some final planning. I know how you guys are. We'll get some planning to make sure that you're all set through the rest of this year. But I do want you to be, it's not that far off. 5 months happens in a blink of an eye. Boom. Blink and it's gone. So we will be at 2027, but let's drive this forward. So let's continue to drive this forward this year and focus on that inventory and make August absolutely fabulous, because I want Dodie to be here next month saying, I had a great June, I had a great July, and you know what? I had a great August. I had a great August, and I want to be hearing that. Even though it's hot in Texas. It's hot in Texas. And I get that. I think, what is it, October? I'm in Texas a lot in August. I'm not this year. I think it's October when I'm in Texas this year. State Fair time is a good time to be in Texas. Is like when the start of when I can handle Texas weather again. But that is what we want to be thinking about there. And you know what else we want to think about? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell, ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish, Sunday at night, Wednesday in the morning. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil NEIL at resalerise.com. NEIL at resalerise.com. We start the program every night with our opening quote. Our opening quote tonight was, I swing big with everything I've got. I hit big or I miss big, from Babe Ruth. Ooh. And our closing quote tonight is, perfect is the enemy of good. It is. Focus on progress, people, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, an August sales party. I don't know, we're going to party. But until then, and until Wednesday morning at more-ish than 8 on Wednesdays, know that you, but especially you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you, yes, you, on Wednesday.